Circles on the Sand onto the community page. I hope everyone enjoyed that, by the way.
That was great. Nice work.
Nice work, man. Well done.
Thanks.
That boy.
Yeah.
I chuckled for a good hour.
I felt some of it was difficult in the sense, like, it's hard to write about Thurin, because Thurin isn't too terribly developed yet. It's good stuff.
Also shady as shit.
Yeah, so it's like, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It's just from the Ulysses standpoint. I don't know.
Well, he's mysterious, right? So I guess that's kind of the thing.
My favorite line from Circles in the Sand, well, my favorite line was the ending sentence for every companion. I worked on those hard. And then also, you make the young man out to be a killer. Oh no, he's also a thief. That was my favorite line.
My favorite part was the part where you were like, I don't want to say anything to offend Nivara because when she read this, and she will, it's like you could really like.
Man. It's going to be hard to format it, I think, the way that I have it formatted. But yeah, it was difficult thinking of it because it's like how Ulysses talks. So, okay, he matures so many years down the line, and then somebody else writes it. So I don't have to be constantly thinking of crazy things.
Yeah, I liked it. I thought you caught a really good voice there. Captured had a good rhythm and everything. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm Kyle, and I play a evocation wizard who's a noble who has set off on a quest to find the meaning of his apocalyptic dreams.
I'm Chrissy. I play Nivara Anastasia, the High Elf Bard, who is trying to find her daughter.
Dwayne, I wear a funny hat. I play Mastig, the dwarven cleric of Clangeddon, who was a folk hero at one time and is seeking to reunite with his former friend Onthar Froome, a paladin.
Hi, I'm Steve, maybe Canadian Steve to some. I'm playing Uthgrim Breakspear. He's a Ragged Men barbarian from the Icewind Dale region, the tribe of the Bear, who had made his way south and was a mercenary for a number of years before coming to the town of Greenest at the behest of Leosin Arlanthar, a monk who had saved his life in the past and who he had sworn a blood oath to help in the future if need be. He's a barbarian, totem warrior barbarian.
Awesome. And Thurin?
I'm Trevor. I play Thurin, the sneaky rogue. He basically is a criminal, but his comrades don't know his background yet. And he wants to become the greatest thief ever.
Awesome. And yeah, sorry I called you by your character's name, Trevor.
That's fine.
They both start with T. It's hard. Nathan.
I play Ulysses of the Sand. He is a human ranger from the Callumsport area. He is a hunter-style ranger, and yeah, he's currently on a hunt for his friend, stolen by the cultists, who is also the daughter of Nivara, but he doesn't know that. And cool stuff. He says funny things sometimes.
Yes, he does. So I guess my audio wasn't working on the stream, so I will repeat that at the very beginning of this video, everyone was talking about a really cool write-up that Nathan did in character on our Google Plus group that I linked in the chat, and definitely check that out. There's lots of great in-character stuff there, and we are playing Tyranny of Dragons. We're about to start episode 3, and I'm Lex Starwalker. I guess the only one who didn't get an introduction since people just saw my lips moving. And I host the Game Master's Journey podcast at starwalkerstudios.com. And so far, you guys have come to Greenest for various reasons to find it under attack by a blue dragon and the cult of the dragon. And you had a very long night helping the town defend itself against the cult. And afterwards found out that Leosin, a monk that Uthgrim has known in the past, had been captured by the cult, and people believed that he was taken to their camp. And the mayor of the town, Mayor Nighthill, asked you all to go check out the camp and do some recon and let him know information about these raiders or whatever they are. So that's what we did last couple sessions. You guys went and took care of that. And you found their camp, and you rescued Leosin the monk. You also rescued 8 other people. A few of them were from Greenest, and the others were from other settlements in the area that had been raided. And at the very end of our last session, you'd returned back to Greenest. And we did kind of on our forums in between sessions, we handled a little bit of the role playing with Mayor Nighthill, who in a nutshell thanks you very much. He gives each of you the 250 gold that he promised you, and calls you guys heroes, makes a nice little speech in front of the town about how much you guys have helped during the attack and getting this information. And then afterwards, Leosin has asked you to return to the camp and kind of see what they're up to. And actually, let me find that. Because I don't... Did you guys all read this? I'm not even sure if you guys all read it. So he said, I've been studying the attacks of these cultists. Oh, you also learned that he actually got himself captured on purpose, because he was basically spying on them, trying to figure out what they're up to. And so he'd figured out that they were going to go for Greenest next, so he put himself in the town so he could be captured. He's planning to spend a few days in town to kind of regain his strength, and then he's going to head to Elturel, which is a nearby town, to tell a friend of his, Anthar Froome, a paladin of Torm, what he's learned. And this guy is also interested in what's going on with the Cult of the Dragon. And Dwayne, I believe your character has some history with him, right?
Yeah, that's right. He's the person who convinced me, or didn't really convince me. He answered my questions when I asked about becoming a cleric of Clangeddon.
Yeah, right.
So he kind of set me on the path I'm on right now.
Yeah, and you know that he's a very honorable man. And so Leosin says, after all you've done for me personally and for the people of Greenest, I hate to ask anything more from you. But the need is great, and I dare to hope that you can aid me one more time. I need you to return to the cultist camp. You know your way around it now. If the cultists are preparing to conduct another raid, or if a large body of them marches away, or if anything substantial is carried into or out of that cave at the back of the camp, I'd like to know about it. If you have a chance to get into the camp and look around again, that would be the ideal way to spot anything that's changed. And of course, he recommends that you not get yourselves captured, because he tried that and it wasn't much fun. He did not expect them to treat him as badly as they did. And he offers to pay each of you 150 gold to do this for him. So does that sound fair to everyone, or does someone want to barter with Leosin and try to get more money from him?
No, although Uthgrim would say to him, yes, I will do this thing. I will do this because you asked, but because you were paying me as well. My blood oath to you, though. It is done. You must know this.
He tells you that sounds fair, and he thanks you again for rescuing him. He tells you guys that once you're finished with this, you can find him in Elturel. He should be there by then to report back and collect your pay. If by any chance he's already moved on, by the time you get there, you can go talk to Anthar Froom instead. And he also told you he doesn't expect any sudden changes in the camp, so you do have some time if you need to take a day or two to rest or things like that.
Are all the shops back in use now, or is Greenest at that point now?
Well, a lot of the buildings were damaged in the attack. The kobolds and the cultists seem to be trying to set fire to things. Luckily, for the most part, they just managed to set fire to haystacks. The buildings didn't burn too well, but pretty much all of the buildings were broken into and ransacked. So, people are still kind of putting things back together, and it's a mess. If you're wanting to buy like mundane equipment, you can probably find what you need. But anything of any high value was likely stolen by the cultists. But if there's something specific you're looking for, just let me know.
Well, I would be after refreshing arrows and switching out for a longsword over a short sword.
Okay, yeah, that kind of stuff you can get.
Do they have a great axe?
Oh, sure.
Specialty item. Okay, cool.
Sure, they have a great axe.
Consider it purchased.
Awesome.
So originally intended for chopping wood.
So you're giving up the shield, huh, Mastig?
Well, no, I want to have the option.
Okay, sure.
Once I get the plate mail, then the great axe will factor in.
So is this something that their quartermaster is just handing over, or do we have to pay for it?
No, yeah, this kind of stuff you'll have to pay for.
Okay, cool.
But they do put you guys up, so if you're going to take a long rest or whatever, you don't have to worry about like buying a room or buying meals or anything like that.
I take it we can wash up.
You can what?
Wash up.
Yes.
I suspect
absolutely.
We're very dirty, and yeah.
So how long do you guys want to spend in Greenest kind of resting and recovering?
I'll need a couple days. I'm down 2 hit dice.
I'd say at least 2 days.
Because you just recover a 1 hit die per long rest, right?
Yeah, it's half your level. So yeah, at this point it'd be 1.
Yeah, so I'll need at least 2 days.
Okay.
How much would it cost to recover arrows and get a longsword?
Well,
and I'll even trade my sword short for it in trade value.
All right. Well, let's see here. I'll pull out my handy dandy player's handbook. So a longsword will run you 15 gold. And the short sword you can sell for 5 gold. So a net of 10 gold there. And arrows.
What's the difference between the damage for short and long?
Die 6 to die 8.
Yeah.
I don't mean to be gamey, this is weird, but is a rapier, is that die 6 or die 8?
It's a D6, I think.
D8 actually. It's 1 D8 piercer.
Cool.
Oh, so it is.
What is a rapier instead of a longsword?
25 gold.
Alex.
It's more expensive. It's 25 gold.
So okay, 20 gold if I can I get it for 20 gold if I give them my short sword?
Yeah.
Cool. And how much for like 10 arrows?
Oh, I don't see arrows on this chart. Oh, here we go. Ammunition. Arrows are 1 gold for 20.
Cool. So I'll just give him a gold and be like, here you go. Okay, so I'm...
And Thurin, you are limited to light weapons with 2-weapon fighting unless you take the feat. Just so you know.
Which feat is it?
It's 2-weapon fighting something or other. But you'll get a feat. You'll get a feat at 4th level, I think.
Okay.
Well, you have the option of getting a feat at 4th level.
Stats are...
Well, that's what I'm gonna do then, is get 2-weapon fighting.
Okay. But as long as you're using 2 light weapons, you don't have any penalties or anything.
Okay, I got 2 short swords right now, so I'm good.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool feat, actually. Let me find it. It gives you a few little
All the feats
perks.
are awesome.
Yeah, that's true. They are all cool.
Yeah. I'm a lot happier with them distilling them down into awesome feats.
Yes,
instead
I
of,
agree.
like having 200...
Right.
Yes, I completely agree.
I've heard
200
people
mediocre
complain
feats.
about the trees, though, how you have to have this prerequisite to
Yeah.
this one. And I've heard people complain. Some people like that level of customization, but I'm happier with this.
Well, it kind of sucked because a lot of times to do what you needed to do, it kind of dictated what you had to do with your character for like 8 levels or something.
Right.
Yeah. Encouraged having to plan out like your next 10 levels and like.
Yeah, it encouraged
Taking junk
min-maxing,
feats.
kind of, you know.
Yeah. Taking the
Did-
junk kind of like feat taxes, like just because you want to get another feat later.
Yeah.
This system is a lot more simple.
Right. Well, it's just because, you know, an increase to an ability score is huge with this, you know, this system. The feats had to be equally awesome. So that's great. It just cranked up the awesome on everything.
Yeah. That makes a real decision. Like you have to actively make that decision. Like, do I want the ability bonus, which is awesome, or do I want the feat?
Right. And it also allows you to change up your character a little bit more. You're not so locked into a certain path. The only thing I feel is kind of missing is the ability to kind of acquire new skills as time goes on. You know, I know you can train for new like tool proficiencies and stuff, which is cool, but it doesn't really give you a chance to add. If you don't pick the right class, you can't add skills later on. Generally, maybe I haven't seen that rule, but that's the only thing that I think would. I don't know. Whatever. There's something I'd like to see, but.
So Trevor, the dual wielder feat, if you take that, you will get a +1 bonus to your armor class when you're using 2 weapons. You'll be able to use non-light weapons, and you will be able to draw or stow 2 one-handed weapons when you would normally only be able to draw or stow 1.
Nice.
Yeah, because right now, as part of your movie or action, you can draw one of your weapons, but you can't draw both of them. So it kind of takes like, you either have to spend an action or use 2 turns to like get both your weapons out if you get caught without them out. So once
normally
you have
I
that, you're
try
just
to
like, bam.
have them out before I get into an encounter.
Yeah, or at least have 1 out, right?
Yeah.
Now, if you're looking to super specialize, you should grab a level of fighter and get that whatever that fighting style, 2-weapon fighting style from a level of fighter, and then you'll have it sewed up. I think you'll have every bonus you can have in the game then.
Yeah.
I think before we was in really heads out, I'd probably drag him aside and ask him about my dreams and see if he has any idea what it means.
Who?
Leosin?
Oh, Leosin?
Yeah. He seems to know a lot about this, and I want to see what any of this has to do with me.
So describe your dream to me again. It's been a while.
Apocalyptic, big waves, crashing, thunder, stuff like that. Give me 1 second, I have it written down. But yeah, so
He says he doesn't really know. You know, maybe you know, sometimes dreams like that are from, you know, if you're scared a lot or, you know, in tight situations, you can have kind of crazy dreams.
Does he? I'm gonna ask him. Does he know anybody that might know anything about stuff like this?
Not that I can think of. Maybe, I don't know, maybe a wizard. A sage of some kind. I don't know.
Dr. Sigmund Freud happens
Yeah.
to be hanging out in Greenest.
I don't think they have psychiatrists in Forgotten Realms, so I don't know who would. Probably some kind of like a seer or a wizard or someone like that that's interested in dreams. Or what's the god of dreams? I'm sure there's a god that covers that. Maybe
Hypnos? I don't know. That's called
Hypnos.
one.
Yeah, maybe a cleric of that deity. Let's see if there's a million Forgotten Realms gods. I'm seeing if the ones in the player's guide, any of them mention dreams. Well, I know Ogma is the god of knowledge. That might be a place to start.
Punching people. Ogma priests are all wrestlers. Good old cleric quintet. I recommend it to anyone who hasn't read.
Oh man, I read that a long time ago.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
me
got
too.
Priest of Ogma in it.
So long ago, I don't really remember it.
It's
the deity of mysticism, dreams, death, journeys, transcendence, etc.
Who's that?
Sehanine Moonbow.
Oh.
It's an elven deity.
My girl, yeah. I love her. She's my
Yeah,
favorite.
I've never heard of her before.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she's one of my favorites. Well, there you go. If you find a cleric of Sehanine, they might be able to help you.
What does it mean by an aspect of Saloon? Yeah, are you guys seeing that on the wiki page?
Well, they're both moon goddesses. So Forgotten Realms has this weird thing where they'll have multiple gods of the same thing, which really annoys me. But so she's the elven moon goddess, and Salune is like the human moon goddess. But other than the fact that they both have the moon in their portfolio, they're not very similar.
Okay. All right. Well, then I think I'm kind of, you know,
All right, so
Disappointed for
everyone's
sure.
happy with the 150 gold. Sounds like. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Like I won't turn it down.
Yeah. I mean, objectively, it doesn't necessarily seem like as good of a deal as the last deal we got. 250 to go scout the place, 150 to like possibly do more.
I think there's going to be more looting in this one, though. Right? I mean, if we can get a
You're
dragon
an
egg to
optimist. I
sell,
like that.
you know, I mean,
Right. All right, Nesting.
you know, if we can sell a dragon egg, that's worth way more money. Because that's that's the idea, right? We're going to go into the cave in the place we were just at. Is that what he's asking us to do?
Well, no, he's asking you just to kind of keep an eye on the camp and let him know if anything major happens, like they start staging another raid, or if you see them moving things into or out of that cave,
Okay.
like in large amounts.
Commission, like some what? Well, I'm in that.
I couldn't hear what you said, Kyle. You were kind of phasing out.
You're breaking up, man.
Oh, sorry. Oh. Do you guys hear me clear now?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Would I be able to commission some leather armor at this time?
Oh yeah, I wanted to talk to you about that, Kyle. From a mechanic standpoint, wearing armor would be really bad for you. You would be at a disadvantage for every.
I got a proficiency.
You would be at a
At a
disadvantage
disadvantage?
for every attack roll, saving throw, and ability check, and you would not be able to cast spells. So
That's weird. I heard that as long as you have a proficiency, it should be okay.
right, but you don't, because
That's
wizards
what I
aren't
thought.
proficient in armor. You would need to take a feat for that, and honestly, that'd be kind of a waste of a feat.
Okay.
Because
Alright.
you could
Yeah,
use a
no,
mage
we
armor
did.
spell that's going to
I
give you better
mean,
armor
That's what you
than
need,
leather
yeah.
armor. Yeah.
At level 4,
Yeah.
he could multi-class into a warrior and get proficiency in heavy, and
Well,
get warrior stuff.
He's already got the feat for where he can use weapons. So he
Oh.
can use martial weapons. So, yeah, I mean, you've already used a feat for like fighter stuff.
Something. Yeah. Okay, I get ya.
So, I mean, if you really want to be a wizard that wears armor, you totally can. But not till 4th level. Or you'll just be a really crappy fighter who wears armor till 4th level because you won't be able to use any spells. And you'll have disadvantage on like everything. It could be fun though.
It's all about the role play.
Yep.
Don't give them any ideas.
Do what you feel,
Gotta
man.
figure out how quickly you can throw off that armor.
We have 5 other characters that can the heavy lifting.
Yeah, no, I'm not trying to tell you that you can't do it. You can totally do it. I'm just advising you because I know you're a new player. That
Yeah, no, fair enough. I mean,
Yeah, there was definitely some mechanics that I didn't read about that you did, and I was not aware of,
Yeah.
or I would have not.
I mean, honestly, taking the feat to use a sword is probably, mechanically speaking, wasn't like a great decision. But I thought it was cool from an RP perspective, so I didn't
All about that inspiration.
try to talk you out of it.
Yeah.
no one
I
will
got-
accuse
already
you
got
of being
stuck
empowered.
with that weapon. Yeah, I already got stuck with that weapon, so I had to do it at that point.
Actually,
Okay.
speaking of that, maybe to bring it back to what we're talking about, but like while we have some downtime, Uthgrim would spend some time with Sir Uriel, like working with him with his sword work and sort of like showing him like good footwork and efficient ways to stab and cut and stuff like that. Like a few lessons that he was actually impressed when Uriel did use the sword, but like he just like kind of sees himself as being a bit older, maybe like it's something he can pass along, so he's just gonna do that when he gets the chance.
Uthgrim
Cool.
shows him the footwork. Mastic shows him the footwear.
That's right.
Nice. Yeah, and Kyle, if you ever decided that you wanted to like take a level in fighter so you could wear armor and stuff, I would probably give you that feat back because
Once I have a proficiency, would like the disadvantage stuff go, or would the disadvantage stuff stay?
no, if you
sorry,
had
but-
proficiency, you'd be totally fine. You wouldn't have any penalties. You could wear full plate armor if you have heavy armor proficiency and cast spells, which is
It's
awesome.
not like Grolls where it makes your spells weaker or anything.
Yeah,
What
and
was
if you're gonna do that, if you're gonna want to use martial weapons and wear armor, it might be cheaper just to take a level in fighter than to use 2 feats to do it.
Okay.
And yeah,
You know,
if you go
another-
that route,
another
I'll give you that
option-
feat back.
Another option is if you took a level in monk instead, opens some stuff up for you and gives you like unarmored defense, and it wouldn't nullify your weapon training.
Yeah.
And you could be really fast.
Grab
Yeah.
this all day. Grab this all day.
Monk, mobility feat. You can't catch me. Sew.
Although I think the only thing more complicated for a beginning player than playing a wizard is playing a multi-class wizard. So
A multi-class wizard monk would probably be the worst. Yeah.
That's a lot of points you gotta keep track of. Key magic spells, magic slots.
Yeah, the Kai
Monks
points.
kicking everywhere twice. Be awesome. God, that's brilliant. Hey, can I change my class?
In the downtime, I'm going to have a couple of days worth of spell slots that I'll get back at the end of each long rest.
okay.
So to heal myself, I'm gonna take the 2nd level cleric spell Prayer of Healing.
Okay.
So it can heal up to 6 people. It can't be cast as an action. It takes like 10 minutes to cast, but it's a perfect opportunity to do it. So I can, up to 6 people can heal 2d8 plus 2.
Well, when you take a long rest, you get all your hit points.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Okay.
And you get.
But I was gonna use it on any of the villagers.
Oh.
That were still hurt
awesome.
to kind of earn a little bit of.
Yeah.
Some more cred, even if they don't think we're awesome yet.
Cool.
This will really push us into the.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get a statue or something. Not that I'm doing this for glory, but you know.
There'll be a big statue of Mastic.
We get 2 hit dice back, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think also in the downtime, because everybody else is doing sweet RP stuff, Ulysses spied like the archers, like their form and stuff. He's having none of that. He's like, okay, guys, we're gonna have a class on range, on shooting stuff with the bow. So he gathers up the crew, the archers. He's like, he drills them for a couple of days, gives them pointers.
Very good.
Durin would actually be at this class so he can get his bow skill up a little bit.
If this was Kingmaker, the fort gets like a +1 to fortifications.
Nice.
It's great.
Navarre would be looking for an opportunity to take away Uriel's spellbook when he's not looking.
Yeah, he probably sleeps with that under his pillow.
Maybe while he's getting
trained. It is his pillow.
No, when he's being trained with Uthgrim would probably be when she goes for it, because he's not going to be having his, bag of gear on him while he's training.
Just pay Thurn to do it.
Yeah, but I have a little hip belt, and it's on my side.
Yeah. It's got sweet gear that makes it neat.
Uthgrim trains in like Marine style. He's got like 50-pound pack on his back while he's doing the sword fighting.
Make a man out of you.
Well, the other thing is we're given the opportunity to clean up, which means Uriel's going to be taking a bath at some point, and he's not bringing his spellbook in the shower with him.
He's got to watch the spellbook.
That's true.
And then he doesn't have a spellbook anymore because it's been destroyed by water.
Watching it, put it in neat little clothes. Put it on play dates with other spellbooks.
Now you're just being silly.
Awesome.
I do have one other thing I want to look for in Green Nest.
Okay.
Is there by any chance, does anybody in town have for sale a set of Dwarven rune stones?
Dwarven rune stones?
Yeah, because I get the augury spell at level 2, but I've decided that it's going to be Dwarven rune stones, and they cost $25, but I don't know if I have to wait to get to a bigger town to buy them, perhaps.
Is that like just a thing for the spell?
Yeah, it's the material component for the augury spell.
What about the Castellan at the... he was Dwarven, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'll say, if you want to spend the money on those, I'll say you can find some.
Okay,
I mean,
cool.
they do a lot of trade, so...
Yeah. So, just Dungeon Master heads up. I'm probably going to use that spell. And
okay.
It kind of requires you to tell me whether our course of action is going to be good or bad. So
okay.
So it's, and in fact, if you don't want me to use it because it's kind of a pain in the butt, I won't. But
no, I don't care.
Okay, cool.
Hey, money sinks are good from my point of view. No.
All right, cool.
We're just discussing. There's nothing to do with your money, so.
Yeah, how should I handle components for my spells? Should I
You've got a little baggie.
Are you using a focus or are you using components?
I need.
Do you have an arcane focus? Or did you get the spell component pouch? The pouch?
I got the component pouch, yeah.
Yeah, I think pretty much as long as it's just... If it's not a component that has like a gold price beside it, you don't have to worry about it. You just have it in your pouch. The only things you have to really worry about are ones that have like a cost beside them, like what Dwayne was just talking about. Those you have to buy separate.
Yeah, and then some of those will say that the material components are consumed when you cast the spell.
Yeah.
So, for example, if any of you guys also, as long as we're doing this, if any of you guys wanted a continual light, like a flashlight, I have the capacity to cast that spell too. But those cost $50, and I'm not springing because I got dark vision. But if somebody else wants to spend their money, a lot of players have gotten really creative with the continual light spell. They fashion basically a tube, and you cast the continual light on the back of it, and you have like a little cap, so it's basically a flashlight.
Nice.
There's all kinds of different ways you can use those. But I know half you guys are like human and have eyeballs that suck. So
I've got my glow stick.
Oh yeah, you've got your
perpetual glow stick.
You got a glow stick in a bottle.
Who would ever even conceive of this like flashlight issue? This is way beyond his.
Grim's like, you keep a little sun and tube.
Yeah, I think, Kyle, that it's kind of assumed that your character is like here and there, like collecting herbs and weird things for your component pouch.
Well, this one has a price next to it. Would it be cool if I just sprang for 10 gold pieces and bought a bunch of charcoal and herbs and stuff?
Some patchouli.
Yeah, I mean, as long as it's not something super exotic, you should be able to buy components here.
Okay, so
Kobolds wouldn't take those. Now, if it's like a diamond, then they would have taken that.
Unicorn horn.
Apparently silverware.
Yeah, they
bit.
seem to
Shiny.
somehow they got into the keep and stole some silverware. We're not sure how that happened.
So does anybody want a ever-burning torch? I only charge 10% over Marco.
So it'll be 55 gold.
55 gold.
Hey, what a deal!
It'll last forever.
And he'll lend you the money for it, and he only charges 10% a week.
That's right.
So
That's right.
Yeah,
it's great.
Yeah. Now, is that LED or incandescent?
You can put it on a miner's helmet. It's kind of cool, right? You know, cast it on your fingernails. You can get crazy with it if you want.
That brings up a good point. Those of you who can't see in the dark, do you have in your gear, do you have any torches or lamps and oil or anything like that?
I have the glowing lights stuff. Dancing
I
lights.
thought I did. Maybe I don't.
Well, I know the Explorer's
myself.
Pack comes with 10 torches.
Yeah,
I got
that's
the
how
Explorer's pack, so
Cool.
and I've also
Cool.
got the glow stick. I don't know how effective that is though.
I got dark vision, so I'm good.
All right.
Damn these human eyes!
Yeah, right. Now, Dwayne, you were talking about skills. There are some ways that you can get things like that from the DM like later. There are all kinds of like boons and stuff you can get. So
Cool.
Artisan skills.
Yeah, I knew you could get artisan tools, you could get tool proficiencies and stuff, but I didn't know about like regular skills. If you
I
could
think
work
there's
those up.
even an optional rule for getting like other skills and feats by spending like a ton of time and money to do it.
Probably.
So yeah,
Like
anything is possible.
1,000 platinum in a couple of years.
We'll just put the campaign on hold.
It's like we can teach you how to
good.
wear armor. I mean, come on, like that. Okay.
All right, so you guys kind of cool your heels for 2 days and rest up, and for the first time since the beginning of the adventure, the campaign, you guys actually feel at 100%.
Yeah. That's pretty awesome.
I felt at the 100% for quite a while, actually.
Make sure to click your tokens
Hated
and
you,
put your
Leosin.
hit points at max.
Yeah, good point.
Thank you.
And
I
spellcasters,
borrow
make sure
succeed
and
over
change your
the
spells
course.
if you need to.
Oh, you want me to change that on
And
my
they've already
character
succeed
sheet
over the
too?
course of those few days of stealing Uriel's spellbook.
It's like a comical montage of her reaching for it and him like swiping it and all stuff.
Do you want me to keep track of my spells in my spell book on the character sheet? Otherwise, I'm doing her old school.
Yeah, no, I don't care how you guys keep track of stuff during the game.
Okay.
Just in between sessions, Like if I want to look and see how much gold you have or what spells you have.
Yeah. Well, it's a little bit different for me because I know the other spellcasters, they just have the spells they know, which is
right.
You know,
yeah, you have all of them, right?
Yeah, I have all of them potentially.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to bother to.
I thought wizards were prepared casters like clerics.
Yeah, but he still only has a subset of what's on the wizard list.
Yeah, he's got.
I can prepare anything is of a level I can cast in the book.
Yeah, there's no spells known list for a cleric. They know their god will give them anything they want. You just gotta ask for it.
That's right.
Just have to say please.
Oh, hell, Clankaden.
That's right. Saved your butt.
Okay. Well,
All right. And yeah, you guys have second level spells now, don't you?
Sure do.
That's
Some of
pretty
them.
sweet.
not me.
Well, the real spellcasters.
Yeah.
I love that Bard is
I
a real
think-
spellcaster now, or a full
Yeah.
spellcaster, or however you say it. That's awesome.
Okay, guys.
I think by this point, with Kuing, he always changing clothes, bathing, all that, they would probably have seen me without my shirt on. They
Oh,
would
I
probably
was
have
like, where are you
noticed.
going with this, kid?
Oh my. Oh, where's the subscribe
They
button?
After their training session
Yeah.
with Grim.
Yeah,
Oh, God.
Massages.
but they would have definitely noticed tattoos up my arm, up my chest, on my back.
Yep.
Chrissy's reaction, the best.
So, no, it's
You're all tatted up.
yeah.
What do these mean?
It's star
These
maps.
markings.
No idea. I was born with it. Born with it.
Tattoos.
And they fade in and out. And this is their first time they've had color.
You don't
Oh, they
want
have
some
color
stuff.
now?
Yeah, they have color.
Ooh.
You know, once in Baldur's Gate, I saw a woman, and she had tattoos. Well, I shouldn't say. You're too young. You're too young.
Youth Grim, you just totally implied you fucked a woman with tattoos. That was not subtle, Youth Grim.
That wasn't subtle. Anyways, about scrambling eggs in a cave.
Wow.
Take this golf cart in a different direction.
Yeah, so
So I never got an answer about whether or not I successsually stole Uriel's spellbook.
Well, that's up to you guys to
People
People
resolve.
hopped off that car, Ulysses.
I just didn't know what I was supposed to roll for it, or what you would like me to roll for it, and how many times. And whatnot.
Well, that would be a stealth versus perception roll, I think. So you can roll Dex stealth, and Uriel can roll wisdom perception, unless he just wants to choose to fail.
I'm distracted, right? So I wouldn't be like actively looking for threats because the least I would expect is my new bard friend.
Okay, well, I can use your passive perception then,
Yeah.
which
Nailed it.
is...
I think I'm going to be using my bardic inspiration on this though, because we're not doing anything today, and I actually actively want to do this. But I'm
just as a hint from a long-time D&D here, Kyle, you really don't want to lose your spellbook.
Yeah,
Because that thing is pretty irreplaceable.
yeah,
No,
Hey,
Your
I-
whole character is kind of boned without it.
yeah.
I want it. I would have loved to keep it. But
Well, then
I'm
it's-
also not like I'm trying to just roleplay what Uriel would be doing.
Well,
that's-
fortunately for you, Uriel, even with your passive perception, you beat an 8.
I didn't.
So.
I didn't add my bardic inspiration yet.
Yeah, but you told me that after you rolled.
And you can't actually
Yes,
use Bardic
but you
Inspiration
didn't-
on yourself. It has to be on another creature.
I can use the bardic inspiration to make him less, which can be done. But, yeah. And I can say that I use my bardic inspiration after I roll, as long as you haven't declared the thing yet.
This is going in a special place,
Okay.
guys.
Well, yeah, and
Alright.
this is like player versus player stuff anyway. So,
I mean, it's not that important. It's just.
Yeah, Kyle, you do not want to lose your spell book, so that's not something you want to play around with.
I don't want to lose it either. Don't worry.
Then you'll really be a really crappy fighter with no armor.
Okay, that happened. About egg scrambling.
So, Chrissy, you're wanting to use Bardic Inspiration to give him a negative? Is that what you're saying?
It doesn't matter.
I think it's the cutting words is the...
Cutting words.
Cutting words. Muriel, look that way.
Gee, I wonder what kind of cutting words she would use in the bath.
Oh, God.
I mean, to be fair, if he's not actively looking at his spellbook, you shouldn't get a perception to see me do it anyway, especially if it wouldn't be in the same room as taking bath. That's regardless.
Trail, you're not actively sometimes looking for tripwires, but your passive sees it. But I don't want to go down this route. I think
I'm just saying I don't know that his spellbook would be in the same room as the bath. Therefore, don't know that he would actually get a perception versus it anyways, but regardless.
Chrissy, is it fair to say that you're not actually trying to take it so that he will not have it for gameplay purposes? It's more just for RP.
It's more for RP to be like, stop being a douche. I will give this back when you stop being stupid.
See what?
Like, I'm not trying to destroy his spellbook. I'm not that stupid. I know how much he needs it. Well, it's just you're being an idiot.
Uriel, do you think you would take the spellbook with you to the bath, or would you leave it in your room?
I'd probably put it in the corner of the room, like where it would stay dry. I like to keep my gear in sight at all times.
Okay.
So you take it into the bathroom with you because there's sketches in the back few pages.
Hey, if I was a wizard, I would take it to the bathroom with me, but that's just me.
Spellbooks. I mean, this is older editions bleeding through, but I assume spellbooks they can't get dirty, they can't get wet, because they're actively prestidigitating themselves. I don't know. Used to you couldn't soil a spellbook.
Cool. So. That sounds cool though.
It's kind of like a book you can't write in, except this one you can read it underwater. It's great. Okay.
Someone asked what a bath was. I think I'm being trolled. I'm like, it's a place where you take a bath.
Moderator.
All right. So are we moving on, or are you going to cutting words on Uriel in the bath? Because there is a certain amount of hilarity to that.
I think we should just move on.
Okay.
I'm not involved in the situation, but I think we should just move on as a player.
All right. So is there anything anyone wants to do or get before you leave town?
I'm going to take a couple practice swings with my great axe.
Okay. It seems really great.
It's a great axe.
This thing is great.
Come on, why are my die rolls working?
Uh-oh.
That's selected.
Good axe.
My die rolls work? Yeah, they work.
Oh, that's not. I thought that was you, Mastig.
Oh, I see, because I have a ding-dong stupid thing going on. Okay.
Do I hit the cultist 15 for 9?
Yes, that will hit just about anything you've fought so far, I think.
I just want to see if I got good mojo with this thing, or if I'm gonna hate this thing.
You're gonna base it all off this one roll. I love it.
I'm taking it back.
One random roll.
Yep. Bam. How much damage did I do?
You rolled 0 d12.
Okay, rolled 0.
Why are you rolling a d12?
I think this counts as bad mojo.
Oh. Am I this old? I really can't. Yeah, all right, 1, 2. There we go. I don't know, Clangadin. I don't know. I don't have any faith in this axe.
Well,
I'm gonna name this axe to be determined.
To be determined.
TBD.
You've got me curious about the spellbook now. I would not be surprised if they have something like that, because things are kind of like magic items are cool again. Is it waterproof? Your spells.
Take another practice swing here. All right, it's a little better. Liking it a little more.
Don't you want to see if you can hit with it?
Oh yeah, I suppose. There's that too, isn't there?
Critical.
Oh,
That's pretty good.
that's pretty good.
Pretty good. Feels pretty good in my hand.
Yeah.
It's
Down, man.
I was
kinda
starting to
light.
say you might want one made by a dwarf next time. but-
Yeah, it's kind of
Seems to be-
lightweight. I'm not getting a lot of damage out of this thing.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see like a
Sharpening it a
maximum
bit,
level
you know?
crit with that thing. Kaboom!
Right on.
They explode into meat.
Lay down a little Divine Favor. That's a spell I haven't been able to pull out yet. Divine Favor gives me an extra D4 radiant damage
Nice.
for every attack. Yeah.
Smite-alicious.
One more swing.
You know, I just had the weird thought. If spellbooks were actually an item, like that you could use to hit people with, if it counts as magical, could you use a spellbook to like attack ghosts and stuff?
Yeah, I'm reading about the spellbook. It doesn't say anything about any special
Twat you with it.
properties. It's just a book. It can vary in appearance. It's kind of an RP thing. It can be a plain functional leather volume that you received as a gift from your master, or a finely bound gilt-edged tome you found in an ancient library, or even a loose collection of notes scrounged together after you lost your previous spellbook in a mishap, or it was stolen by a bard in the bath.
Woohoo! It's just a binder with like some loose leaf in it.
It's
The
like the
RP
monster
potential.
compendium from 2nd edition.
Yeah. Oh, that is awesome. The RP value of like if somebody saw Nyvar sneaking into the bath while Uriel was in there could have been fun too.
Yeah.
Like,
People
oh,
would talk.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I mean, we could totally roleplay it. You guys could play NPCs, you know, like the people that take care of the
my
bath.
word.
And we could get all Downton Abbey with it.
Nathan,
I'll just keep my wizard's wands joke to myself.
You didn't. You didn't.
I had a joke with the spellbook pages that can't get dirty. I had something going on there, but I won't go there either.
For the best. For the best.
Yeah,
Well, I
we'll
already
just-
told the most off-color joke, I think, so far. So that was last week with the shape of the bandit camp. So
Yeah.
the bar is
That was
pretty
so
low right now,
subtle, though.
guys. It won't be hard to go above it.
He's pretty subtle. All right, so we getting on the road?
Yeah.
The Dusty Trail?
Yep.
This thing.
Are you happy with the axe?
Yeah, I
gonna
managed.
keep it?
I managed. I'm stopping on the crit. I rolled a
All
crit,
right. Okay.
and now I'm good. And it's just going to get slung on my back, and we're good to go.
before we go, I'm gonna just say I bought. How much would that be? Like a new jacket or something warm. How much would that be?
You're buying a jacket?
Yeah, just some clothes because mine are torn up and dirty, and I don't like them anymore.
Well, you're a noble. You got to have at least like 10 changes of clothes, right?
Yeah, but you know, you got to impulse buy when you travel.
You got
Just
that.
wasteful with his money.
I'm sure they have the
Clothes
latest
fine,
fashions in
15 gold
Greenest.
pieces.
Yeah. exactly.
15 gold pieces for
Okay.
fine clothes.
There you
That's
go.
what you're looking for.
Fine clothes. Wear some silk out into the
I
wilds.
just found what you really can blow all this cash on.
And I'd also three bottles of nice wine.
Should we bring a portable ram?
We have you.
Like,
we have you, Mastic.
as in like a thing you hit a door with, not like, you know, a mammal.
I think you just get Mastig a helmet. That's the same thing, right?
Traveling ram.
You know, there is some things here that might. I mean, antitoxin, alchemist fire.
Yeah.
Is all this stuff available, or is Green Nest kind of?
No, yeah, it's a good sized town. They'll have stuff like that.
Potions of healing. Anyone?
That's a fantastic idea.
That
like
is a good idea.
How much do potions of healing cost? I assume a lot.
50.
They are 50.
Yeah, I'll buy 2 of them.
That's only 5 platinum.
Can we buy potions of healing, Lex? That's cool.
Yeah, sure.
Cool.
Okay.
Sign me up for 2.
Yeah,
I
I'll
would
buy
like
one.
to raise the point that if you have an herbalism kit and you have proficiency in it, you can make potions of healing. But it's a little sketchy on how long it takes and how much it costs. I don't know. So
Yeah.
it is said that you can do it.
I'll buy 1 potion of healing.
Okay.
Sweet. I don't know what I'm going to do with that money. I am excited to see in the future what sweet magical items Lex thinks of.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that. Yeah, I went through all the treasure in the whole campaign, and there are a few places where they're just like, come up with a suitable treasure. And I was like, yes, I get to do my own stuff.
Man, I love it when I get to be a dungeon master.
I know, right? It's like for real.
How much would 3 bottles of wine cost?
What kind of wine?
Nice, but
Like,
aged.
CVS wine or like Greyfield 88 from like the marches of Neverwinter.
Just kind of a cheap Cabernet.
Thurin's ready to head out.
That's just with her.
A gallon of ale costs 2 silver pieces.
Wow.
A pitcher of common wine is 2 silver. A bottle of fine wine is 10 gold.
Okay, so 30.
I love it. I love that. Yeah, you have your priorities in the right place, though. Let's find wine.
Yeah.
Steady ballin'.
Nice. All right, so you guys head out and travel back to the camp. You guys know the way now. It's I believe it's a 4-hour walk, if I remember correctly. Are you guys setting out like first thing in the morning, or what time of day? First thing in the morning? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I think the general idea, like the characters would talk about this, I guess, in the way would be to get there, do some initial recon to see what's happening, and then maybe pull back a ways and make a plan. That would be Uthgrim's suggestion.
So
Okay.
our mission is to blow this place up.
What time of day is it?
No. Well, if you guys left first thing in the morning, it's probably I don't know, noon by the time you get there.
We're probably going to want to go up on the cliff and do our recon. We don't want to walk into the middle of the camp in broad daylight.
Okay, so here's something I got that's probably handy, is a silent spell, which I can cast as a ritual, so it doesn't cost me a spell slot. And yeah, I place it somewhere, and everything within 20 feet of that is silent. Unfortunately, if you're inside that radius, you're also deafened.
Oh, that's unfortunate. It was cool, we can use that as the war room, but you're also deafened.
Yeah, I figured I'd point that out.
We can finger yell at each other.
But I'm so terrible at stealth, I thought I would just cast it on myself. And you guys who actually have stealth can go out and scout and be 20 feet away and then come back in. Or we could work out some hand signals or something.
Some finger yelling.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's keep those hand signals simple, though,
Yeah.
for
Okay.
Uthgrim's sake.
Oh, a creature or object entirely inside the sphere is immune to thunder damage. So it would, we can.
What was that hand thing? This was the hand thing?
Yeah.
I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, I can't do it. So for those that are uncoordinated like me, it's like this.
What, just for me to remember the hand thing, it's which thing can I do with my fingers that everyone else can? That sounded, but
All I have to put a rating on this pretty soon.
Ladies. Okay, enough of that. I already
All
disagreed
right.
with
So you guys are gonna head up on the cliffs? Is that it?
Yeah.
Or okay. And
I'm
on the
just
north
worried
or
about-
south side?
I would bring up that I would just be worried about, they already had intruders once. If they have a basic idea or saw our tracks or something, I think they would probably put patrols where we went before, right?
That makes sense.
So are you suggesting we go up on the north side?
Yeah, and then, yeah.
Okay.
Don't forget about that lookout spot they have on the north side, though.
Yep, that's
Yeah.
over here. And there's also a tower here. But remember, there's lots of cover. So if you guys are careful, it shouldn't be too hard. So you guys kind of well before you get to the camp, you climb up the cliff on the north side and start heading towards the camp. When you get close enough to actually see the camp, right away you see some differences. The huts that were in this lower level 1 here, that you'd figured out was where the kobolds were staying, have all been burned to the ground. You notice that the nicer huts up on level 2 are still there, but you don't see any people. Actually, everybody can make a wisdom perception roll, but at first glance, you do not see any people in the camp.
Let's get perceptive with it.
Whoa! Go,
Did I just use my
Uthgrim.
passive perception? Damn. It's like only Uthgrim. Everyone else just goes blind.
Well, I think Ulysses and Ivara must have been having a conversation about something. Because neither one would normally not roll that low on a perception roll. Something was going on there. So yeah, none of you see any sign, or I'm sorry. Let's see, Uthgrim and Uriel and Thurin, you actually see right about here, there are 2 men kind of sitting around a smoldering fire. It's more embers than anything. And those are the only people any of you see in the entire camp is 2 men. They're dressed in like leather armor. They each have like a sword at their waist, and they each have a like a longbow nearby, like leaning up against a stump or something. They look pretty rugged.
See there, just 2. I wonder where the rest.
I want to do. Can I do like a history check or something to see if these guys are like what we saw before, or is this a different crew?
Okay, well, I'll
investigation?
tell you that they are not outfitted like any of the people that you fought before. But if you remember when you were talking to what's his name, the mercenary you guys made friends with, he mentioned Erg, or what was it?
Herg.
Herg told you that they had some hunters in their employ that were ranging out and hunting like antelope and stuff to feed the camp, and these guys look very hunter/ranger like as far as the way they're dressed. And
Can we detect any tracks, or can we see any signs of obvious movement of a large amount of people? Like, Uthgrim would be thinking about whether or not they left, basically. If the whole camp just backed up and left. If we can't see people, then maybe they went somewhere.
you definitely could if you went down below. Like, you're kind of far to really see tracks where you're at on top of the cliff. But you can totally...
Sure are.
And they're far enough away that if you guys kind of go back to this area, where it says Raider Camp back here, and climb down, and you're halfway stealthy, like, chances are really good they won't even notice you.
Do you think you could get down there to see if there's any tracks?
Yeah. Let's see about that.
Better than I would.
I'm gonna use my inspiration.
Okay.
Real quickly, I'm assuming though, but there's nobody in the, or we don't see anybody in the towers.
Nope.
Does Thurin get advantage for the cover provided by the stuff?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, so I didn't have to use my inspiration.
Yeah, take your inspiration back, and yeah, if you stick to the cover, you get advantage.
I still have a 9.
That's all right. You're just going against passive scores here, so.
Most people's passive score is a 10.
Wait, how do you still have a 9 without rolling anything?
I rolled after I said if it's not showing.
Oh, I must not have seen it.
There's an 8 there as well.
There's a 9 and an 8.
Oh, okay. So that 8 is just going to be your advantage roll then.
Yeah.
Then use your inspiration. I mean,
can I still do that?
Yeah, you can still use it. Just don't roll 7.
God.
Oh, that's a lot better.
Inspiration.
He like steps on 2 twigs and then disappears. You don't know where he went. All right. So yeah, you kind of sneak down and check out the tracks, and go ahead and give me a wisdom perception roll.
You suck. Nope.
All right. Well, even with that terrible roll, you can tell that lots of people left the camp and that they went in like different directions. Like not everybody went the same way. They kind of scattered off. But that's really all you can tell. But you know that Ulysses is a really good tracker, so he might be able to glean more from it.
So one guy has stealth. One guy.
All right. Well, with my actually good stealth roll, I'm gonna sneak back up.
Okay, sure.
Thurin just hides me in his cloak.
It carries you.
Yeah, could you just like give Ulysses a piggyback ride?
It's like the 8 another action, man. It's an 8 another.
I'll tell you, Ulysses, that, a lot of people left, but I'm not a good tracker, and I don't know which way they went.
Well, I guess they went out this side of the canyon and didn't climb the wall over there, but so I mean the tracks would have to go past us, right?
Yeah, I'm talking about like over. I mean, you can't see it on the map, but to the northwest, they split off in all different directions. Which you did see that, Thurin, but there might be more you could get from them with a roll better than 3 from the tracks, but.
I have to I have to sneak my way over there with him, right?
Well, you could just go back the way you came, out of sight of those 2 men, and then climb down.
Okay, I do that.
Okay.
With it. Show me, boy. Sometimes it's hard to keep the Ulysses accent. Okay, so without much pomp or yeah. Yeah, whatever. I don't know what my mouth was doing right there. It was like, hey, I'll sneaky big. Yes. Okay.
That's great. I love it. It's great.
When you get a horse, you should name it Sneaky Beak Meat.
Okay, so he shows Ulysses where the tracks are, right? Or take him back, and I perceive greatly nothing.
It's a 9. Yeah. Okay, you kind of see what he described. You also see that it looks like most of the actual like wagons went to the west in like a wagon train kind of formation. Cool. But people went all directions, but it looks like the majority of the wagons went west.
Nifty.
Yep.
West is best. Okay, so go back, report. Wagons went west. Them cowpokes made a get along to the west there, fellas.
What do you think happened here? Were they attacked?
I would guess, if anything, I mean, I'm not really sure. I would guess that the kobolds took up and went, "No, we're not having none of this here," and maybe rose up. I mean, we did once see that the kobolds are easily swayed to attack their human compatriots.
So does the camp appear basically empty then?
Yeah, except for those two guys.
Since we only see 2 people, do we want to go check out that cave?
Yeah.
Are they close enough for me to break the horde on just the 2 of them? Ta-ta!
Ulysses.
Who do you think those 2 are?
No, burnt down, but I thought we made the. I thought we came to the conclusion those were kobold barracks.
Yeah.
So if a kobold uprising happens, why would they burn their own barracks?
Boy, did I say the kobolds won?
Okay, good point, Ulysses.
Perhaps. Perhaps.
Let's just go ask those guys.
Why not?
They don't know who we are.
They're
Fine,
only
Southern
two.
gentlemen. Hello, boys.
It seemed like ranger talk. Ayo, cowpoke, you hunt, I hunt.
Yeah, that's
Making fun of the way I talk.
I'm looking myself for a little bit of
Does
sneaky beef meat.
Approximation of your voice, Ulysses.
See, we're having a good time.
Perhaps we should go then. Speak to them.
Okay, I'll go up to him. I demand action.
Okay, are the rest of you going with him, or are you waiting?
Yes.
Everybody's
yeah,
going?
We'll
Okay.
go with him. Yeah. He's not going to draw a sword or anything crazy like that. Let's not.
No, all the weapons.
Jumping off, you know, like.
How far away are they?
They're up here in this
Good
area.
evening, gentlemen.
So it's, you guys are off
Can I
the
make
map
like
at
an
this point. So
investigation roll to kind of like see if it's blood on the walls of the huts or like sword marks in the dirt and stuff like that?
sure, it'll take some time to investigate, but yeah, you can start doing that.
In the meanwhile, we'll go up to the 2 rangers and say, "Hey, oh, travelers."
Hatedly ho, neighbor, no.
Yes.
They kind of look at you guys and they're like, "What's up?" Kind of poking at the fire.
This guy, I'm confused.
Where did the people who originally laid camp at this site happen to make their way off to? We see there was a bit of a scuffle.
No scuffle. They just took off.
We were told to report here for work. That there was some good raiding to be had in these parts.
Well,
You
it
know,
seems one of their important prisoners escaped a few nights ago. So they packed up and left.
Perhaps if they had employed us, the Golden Shoe Company, the prisoner would not have escaped. And he gives Mastic a little nudge from behind.
Yeah.
Company.
He just kind of shrugs. Maybe.
Well, you two have a mighty fine day.
Are you employed by this group too? Then
Yes, we hunt for them, provide food. They pay pretty well, so most of our companions are out hunting right now. We're taking a break. Thought we'd have some lunch.
So are they planning to come back? Should we just wait for these guys to return, or you know what their plans are?
I don't really know, but seeing as they pretty much took everything with them, I doubt they're coming back. There are some of them still in the cave. Oh, what's her name? The dragon woman. She's back there, and some of the higher ups.
I don't know their names, but you think they're the ones that would be handing out pay?
Or I'm sorry, not dragon woman, dragon man.
It's hard to tell. It's hard to sex them. You
gotta look for the vent.
Yeah.
He knows. God knows, my friend here has tried many times to sex them.
Say, well, the wearer of purple, Mondath, is back in the cave, and the dragon man,
Rosa,
and some of the dragon dogs as well. But Resmir, she left. She's probably the one that would pay you. I don't know. Maybe Mondath can.
Well, what do you think, Master Dwarf? Perhaps we should gather the others of the Golden Shoe Company and decide whether or not we should go speak with this, whatever said her name was.
Yeah, I agree. We should find our new employers and make do. Let's. Is everybody with us? Is this all or no? Uriel said he was doing some investigating.
Yeah. Detective Uriel.
Well, boys, sounds like we find ourselves a Ponderosa, Landerosa, whatever.
So you guys get a very strong impression, especially Ulysses, being that they're kind of kindred spirits to you. You can get a pretty good read on them. That these guys, they get paid to hunt, and they don't really give a shit about anything else. They don't care what you do. You know, they're not paid to defend the camp. They're not paid to worry about things. So
this is considered as a job change.
So you guys can basically they're not going to give you any problems.
Yeah.
Cool.
So we don't need to kill them. We should let Nivera know.
Should we make our way right to the cave, or maybe we should go check out their tent first?
No, I would go with you because she knew they wouldn't be helpful.
Should we check out that main tent? I think it'd be worthwhile.
I agree.
Okay, so do you guys want to make like are you wanting to search the camp and kind of search the whole camp, or just search a few key areas?
I think just the main tent, number 2 there.
Okay.
Where the bigwigs were. Do we have 10 minutes? I mean, could I cast a ritual, basically?
Yeah, I mean, Uthgrim wouldn't object.
Okay, so I'll cast a detect magic ritual before we go into the tent.
Okay. And Uriel, you can go ahead and make your investigation roll because you've been kind of hunting around this whole time, right?
Okay, I made this roll from before, and it's pretty poor.
The 11?
Yeah.
That's fine. It's not a super hard roll. So you find basically most of what you see laying around is like trash and stuff. You find cracked pieces of pottery, rusty knives, soiled clothing and soiled bedding, cheap cookware, wine that's gone to vinegar. You think some of it might be useful to the people of Greenest because, you know, they pretty much lost everything in the raid. But as far as like anything really valuable or that you could even consider treasure, they pretty much took everything, it looks like.
Okay. Any inclination to what happened here?
Just looks like they left, as far as you can tell. And the rest of you go into the big hut, and it's pretty much empty.
Okay. No magic?
No, you don't detect anything magical.
Yep.
No, like there's no bed left. There's nothing like that in here, is there?
No, what? I'm sorry.
Like a bed or anything? I'm just trying to see like what was here before. I guess that's what Uthgrim would try to determine, is to look around and see if it's empty now. Well, maybe we have an insight as to what was in here before.
Oh, it looked like a few people slept in here. Like there were some beds or pallets or something.
Okay.
And I think you guys had figured out before that it was kind of where the officers were, basically.
I'd like to do an investigation roll just to see if
Okay,
I
sure.
pull out anything good.
Oh, nice.
It's pretty good.
I'll look around too.
Yeah, it's kind of more the same. You guys find some odds and ends, like things that just aren't worth much that were left behind, but nothing really notable or valuable. Just stuff that was either broken or wasn't worth taking with them.
Okay, so just crapo. But
Yeah.
they're gone. They're gone as well. So that we can
Yeah.
assume that we can probably assume that they're gone. They're not coming back if the officers left as well. Well, unless they just moved into the cave. I really want to go check out the cave, but I don't know. I'm a little scared of Langarosa. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm honest, Dwarf.
All of us.
It's okay, Mystic, to be afraid.
Kick my ass.
6 adventures,
like
1
always
Ponderosa.
drowning.
Together we shall take her.
Okay, let's go examine the caves. Shit. As long as
All
we're
right.
there.
Time to spelunk.
Yep.
I'm going to use that word often enough.
We were finished with all the dirty talk.
Woohoo!
Okay, let's see.
So what's our marching order? Put us in a marching order.
Well, hold on.
Aaron, would
Before
you
you do that, let me move you guys over to the map.
Oh, that's right. We got a map now.
Yeah.
Ooh, fancy.
And your token should be there.
Gigantic.
Whoa,
Yeah,
what?
I am
What?
zoomed in to like 70% because this thing is huge. And
You could have made it, I don't know, not be smaller? Or is that just what the grid lineup made it look like?
yeah, because I actually use the grid and everything. So
I just got to wait for it to load. Oh, no, yeah, it's not loading. That's Fog of War. Christ.
yeah, there should be a
Ah.
part that you can see.
Yeah.
That thing is huge. Holy crap. Okay.
It's like, oh, yeah, it's just got to load for me.
I'm going to zoom all the way out. I got to rearrange everything.
Man, talk about, whew.
Okay. Thurin, do you want to be our scout?
Each square is 5 feet.
Oh, so you made it to scale.
Yes, it is to scale,
Nice.
so you can use your dudes.
Kind of blurry. Blur factor.
Yeah, sorry about the lack of resolution.
It might have been a better resolution. Like a trick you can sometimes do is save it as a PDF, and then PDFs images tend to agree to getting bigger, and then you just take a picture of the PDF resized and place it on there as it goes.
Yeah, the problem is I don't actually have like a real PDF of the book, so I had to scan this, and so it was not very good resolution to start with.
You know what? It's going to work. It's going to be...
Yeah,
be-
it's kind of
That's cool.
blurry.
I like it.
So I think, are we down 2 people? Because Kyle said he's be right back, but I'm looking at it. I don't see Navarra or Christy.
I saw her get up and walk away a minute ago. But she
I
didn't say
hope everybody at home's enjoying themselves. I know I sure am. Barrel laughs every single time. Take the children out of the
Yeah.
room.
I guess Thurin will scout.
Is it dark in the cave, Lex?
The area where you guys are entering, so you guys walk up here. I guess I can reveal a little bit more. Let's see. We will do like this. There's no like light sources in the cave, but this area, this is actually a big one here. You can see because the light is shining in. But as you look further back, it's getting more and more dark. So it looks like you will want some light sources.
Touches. So Uthgrim will light a torch.
So, unless otherwise noted, the ceilings are 15 feet high.
Is it a natural cave?
Yeah, it seems natural. It does seem like it's been worked somewhat, like the floor's been smoothed and stuff, but it looks like it was originally a natural cave that they've done a little bit of work on.
Mastic puts his ear to it, lovingly rubs it.
That's right.
Yes.
Let's
Every
hope
day you get a
this
natural
roll
one.
don't suck when I roll it.
This
The chinging of Ulysses' poncho echoing off the cave walls.
All right, so go ahead and kind of move your dudes kind of where you are in relation to each other.
Well, I kind of figured I'd be the front. That's why I put myself there.
Cool.
I just figure that I'm going to scout a little bit into the cave.
I'm just yelling down in the cave. Hey,
stand up
hey,
next to
hey.
Mustig.
Ponderosa!
Is it time for this silence spell? Or is that a bad idea? I'll leave that up to the group. What do you think?
It might incapacitate a couple of our casters.
Well, yeah.
They have silent casting.
They just have to get 20 feet away from wherever I cast it, though. So if I center it on myself, they can get 20 feet away from me and be all right. But if you're in it, you're deafened. That's really the big problem.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
I'll
conceivably, what we could do is have like me, you, and like Ulysses in the middle. 20 feet ahead of us is Thurin, who's the scouting. 20 feet behind us are the two casters.
And if you want, since I'll be 20 feet ahead of you, you can cast on me, so I'm completely silent.
Then how will you hear
Yeah.
if there's somebody ahead? You need to have your perception able to hear stuff. That's kind of my thinking.
Yeah, I suck at perception.
Yeah. And as a bard, Naivara is pretty definitely related to sound.
Yeah.
But
But if we run across a spellcaster, I will be loosing it on an enemy spellcaster. So
That's great.
it's full.
That's how will I hear him die?
All right. Should I go ahead and make this roll now?
What are you rolling?
Stealth.
Okay, sure.
Don't be bad. Okay, that's
Like I
not
told
bad.
you,
Okay.
That's very good.
loose. But when you cut, you grab it harder.
So what? You guys said about 20 feet. Is that 20?
That's 15 or 10, 15, whatever.
All right, so the entrance to the cave is broad and tall, but as it goes in, the ceiling quickly lowers to a height of 15 feet.
I was going to say, if you want to do something really cool, Dwayne, you can click your token, give yourself a 20-foot aura if you're going to cast it on yourself.
Oh, I can do that. Oh, yeah, look at that. Square? Do I want it to be square?
Yeah.
I just want to see what that looks like. Look at that. It's cool.
That's your silent aura right there. You can use that to show how Thunderstrike, whatever, all sorts of stuff.
Yeah,
I forgot it existed.
that's cool.
I play a paladin in another game, so it's useful for their like aura against fear and stuff.
Yeah.
There's more than a couple of spells that'll probably help with. That's awesome.
I mean, it's only sort of relevant when we're actually on a map, but it's great. I want to know, because you forget that I'm also a spellcaster.
I do forget that. I forget that all the time.
So I don't think any of my stuff is verbal, though. Okay, all of my stuff is verbal. That was a lot.
Yeah, I think most spells have verbal components.
Like it went from
That was some,
everything within like half a second.
that was some sneaky beak meat you pulled there.
Okay, it's all verbal. I lied. It's so verbal to the point that my healing word is like the whispering words of the Oasis and stuff. Yeah, everything is just words.
Yeah, just about all spells have verbal. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm not joining you in your grand journey of silence, I guess, which is kind of annoying because I make the chinky noises as I walk.
Thurin's gonna pull out his 2 swords now, so he has them at the ready.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not going to do the silent spell. It was an idea that...
I like it. But,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a
Verbal?
great utility spell for when.
Verbal does not mean you have to be heard. It just means you have to be able to speak.
Yeah.
My spells as a bard require my targets to be able to hear what I say.
Right.
Well, no, part of what the silent spell does is it prevents verbal spells.
Yeah.
That's part of the
it's
utility
pretty much
of it.
the
heart of it,
capability.
really.
Yeah. All right, so Thurin is hiding and being sneaky, and are the rest of you just kind of hanging back and letting him scout ahead?
Yeah. So if you find something to let us know about,
should we light our torches then? Like, because that's going
to be real easy to see.
I will extinguish the torch that I've lit and just put my hand on Mastig's shoulder and trust in the dwarf.
Well, again, this area that you can see so far is lit just from the outside light shining in.
Okay.
But as we progress, I guess.
So this is considered brightly lit. All right, so show me where you're going, Thurin.
Move
your little dude.
Right there for now, and I'm gonna listen.
Okay.
See if I hear anything.
All right, make a perception roll. Whoops. Hang on. I gotta do something. Okay. You don't hear much of anything. However, you can see over in this direction, and you can kind of see in this direction.
So I have dark vision, so I can see about that far.
Well, this is lit. This area is brightly lit.
Is it still lit?
Yep.
Okay.
So these stairs going down to the right here, is that what it is? Like a little... Well, I guess I'm not there. I'll shut up.
Yeah, shut up!
Can't believe you would dare to
I will cast a silent spell on my face.
So what do I see looking down near the 2?
Okay, so these here... Oh, come on. Oh, I'm on the wrong tool. That's why it won't work. These circles here are like columns. Like where stalactites and stalagmites kind of come together.
I was kind of hoping that because I was hiding behind it.
Yeah. So over here, you look over here, and you see 3 men running towards you.
Yay. I mean, that's bad.
And let's see if I can make it so you can actually see them. Can you see him now?
Yes.
Sweet. However, they when you see them, they're like charging at you, and you did not roll well enough to hear them, and so they get surprise on you. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So this guy's gonna run up and attack you. Actually, I'm not sure if he can move that far. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope, he can't. This guy comes about.
By the way,
here.
you also have the ruler. But so if you're measuring distance.
All right, so they all 3 move up, but only one is able to attack you, Thurin. And let's see, what are his stats? he is attacking you with a scimitar. He is wearing leather armor. And oh, here we go. Oh, what a way to start the day. He criticaled on you. Oh, man. Sorry about that, Thurin. Oh, wait. Hang on. That's the wrong damage die.
So wait, was it the first one that was... Oh, never mind. They were all moving at the same time, weren't they?
Yeah, they all moved up, but only the one could move close enough to attack you. So let's see. He does...
write a eulogy in that the companion section of Circles in the Sand.
I was going to say it was nice knowing you, Thurin, but then again, we don't really know you that well.
He hits you for
So
16
mysterious.
damage with his scimitar.
How much?
16.
Holy.
These
Welcome
are
to the-
Dragon Claws. You fought these guys last time. They have the Uber pack tactics. Remember?
Yeah.
All right, so that was the surprise round. So now everyone can roll initiative. Click your token.
Ugh. Ugh. Don't like it.
Damn.
Thurin, roll high. Thurin, roll high. Roll high, Thurin.
Hold on, I gotta figure out what... Okay, there it is.
That's the first time I got to use the initiative macro because I actually have tokens.
Run!
Yeah.
Run!
Run through. Nah, fight him out. You got it.
All right, yeah, third,
Hey,
you gotta go
it's your
first.
turn.
I'm totally joking. Run.
Use your thieves thing to like fly away.
I'm going to use my bonus action to disengage
Okay.
and then dash away.
So that's 3 move units. So your move time's 3.
So is that a thief thing that you can disengage as a bonus?
Yeah, his cunning thought or whatever it's called.
Cunning action.
He can disengage, dash, or do
Sweet.
crazy
Okay,
stuff.
so you can move 60 feet with your dash.
I thought dash was 3 times.
Well,
No.
you get your disengage, so that's your full movement,
Okay.
right?
No,
the
disengage
is
just
actually-
means
So, yeah.
it doesn't incur opportunity. You
Oh,
get your
okay, okay.
movement, and then
So it's
dash
just
is
60.
another movement. So you get 60.
That's how that works.
Yep.
I thought disengage was also the move action. Like you got to disengage, move away. But I guess that would make attack for opportunities worthless. So
Yeah.
shut up, me. God,
Alright.
I have no idea what I'm
So
talking
are you saying anything as you hightail it out of there?
I'm saying, holy shit, I'm gone.
See you nerds
Nope.
later.
All right, so
From
you guys
Coulson, hold the line. Hold the
You,
I
you
just
guys can
yelled
see
no
this. This
and
is
run
brightly
away.
lit. You see these 3 guys run up. One of them like hits Thurin pretty solid hit. You're below half, aren't you, Thurin?
Yes.
So
yes,
he
I am.
runs up and swings across with his scimitar and like cuts across Thurin's chest, going through his armor and drawing blood. And Thurin runs back, and it's Nivara's action.
Cool scar someday.
What would you like to do, Nivara?
She's just gonna fire her bow.
Okay.
Actually, I moved up there instead. And by the cleric.
Okay. Good move. 17. Let's see.
Let's hope
That
hits.
is a hit. And 3 damage. Do you care which one, Nivara? Which of the 3
Four-
dudes?
The 4 dude, i.e. the one in the front.
Okay. So he takes... Whoops. Wrong button. There. He takes 3 damage. You hit him with an arrow.
Hey, we can see a health bar.
Yeah. How cool is that? And did you want to move at all, Nivara? Okay. Mastig.
Mastig will move forward Let's see, I got 25, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Right there. And they are now, how far away is this guy? 40 feet. All right, what's my range on, sorry, just check here. I have a javelin, 40 feet, just outside of its range.
I just remembered, Lex.
Yeah.
I have a 35-foot movement speed because I'm a wood elf.
Oh, right. So you have another 10 feet you can move if you want.
I'm not going to. I'm just reminding you.
Cool. Yep.
I think instead of attacking, I am going to. Yeah, I got a lot of spell slots. I'll cast a spell. I'll cast Divine Favor on myself.
Oh, nice.
New spell.
Oh.
Yes, Divine Favor of Clangeddon.
Does that give you attack and damage bonuses, or?
Just a damage bonus. I get an extra
sweet.
D4 radiant damage with every hit.
Nice.
Yeah.
And how long does that last? A minute?
It is a concentration spell that can last up to 10 minutes.
Nice.
And it's a bonus action, so I still get an action.
Yeah.
So I'll move up. I'll move even closer.
Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I know I'm the slowest guy, so.
Especially compared to Thurin.
Yeah.
Thankfully, you're not getting too close on this action because I'm going to make stuff explode on my turn.
Nice.
Right.
I'm excited.
That's all I can do.
All right, Ulysses.
Okay, this is totally going to work. Okay, first and foremost, approach here. Second act, or my move there. So as my bonus action, I will cause the map to freak out, and then I will use a spell slot. Ulysses, with both hands, runs his hands from the center of his bow to the ends, and the bow wraps itself with a thorny vine.
Ooh.
And he will take a bow shot, first bow shot against this fellow right here. They may have partial cover, 3/4 cover. I can draw a line to each of them. Ignore that cover. Who cares?
Yeah, I don't think they have cover right now.
Yeah, even if they did. Okay, so first shot, bow shot against the guy at the front of the flying V there. 16 for 5 piercing damage.
That is a hit.
Awesome. When it hits him, the arrow explodes into thorns.
Ooh.
And they all make a dexterity saving throw of like 12, I believe. Because it's my wisdom. What is my wisdom score? They make a dexterity saving throw. So have all 3 of them make a dex saving throw. Of 13. They have to beat a 13. So
that guy failed. That guy succeeded. And this guy... So 2 of them succeeded, 1 failed.
So, God!
Oh!
So the one that failed takes 2 damage, and the one that succeeded takes 2 damage, and the ones that failed take 1 damage.
I still enjoyed the visual, you know?
Thanks.
Awesome.
Yeah. Okay.
Ulysses knows how to handle his wood, you know?
Yeah. His bow goes back to normal. Yeah, that's Hail of Thorns. The bow goes back to normal because it only works on the first hit. And then he is going to break the horde. And he's just going to hit the most wounded dude there in front. 14 for 10.
14 is a hit for 10.
Yes.
Nice.
Round him up, boys.
Does that take him out?
Yes, he is dead.
Nice.
Is there a way to mark a dead guy?
That last arrow, yeah, you just click it and then put a little red X on it is what most people do.
There we go.
And so that last shot had a little residual magic, so the arrow impales him in the chest and then explodes and blows a cavity out of his chest.
Nice.
His body just becomes corrupt with thorny ivory.
I love it. All right, so now the Dragon Claws get to go.
Ivy, not ivory. Wow.
1, 2, 3. This guy is going to attack Uthgrim, or I mean Mastig. Yeah, so he doesn't actually get advantage.
That'll help.
Ooh, a 21. Does that hit?
It does. My AC is 18.
Okay. You take 4 damage as he slices you with his scimitar. So you
16.
You kind of you're are you using a shield right now, or are you using the great axe?
I got the shield.
Okay, so you kind of knock it aside with the shield. You know, kind of tires you a little bit, but nothing serious. And then this guy, let's see, 1, 2, 3.
No.
Well, I guess he doesn't really want to go past you, does he? He's going to come like over here. And he rolls a 20.
Another hit.
And he gets his special...
I mean, oh, do they just have to be hitting the same target? They don't have to be adjacent?
Oh, yeah. Okay, so he'd be over. Yeah, they have to be within 5 feet. Yeah, so I can't do that.
Distance.
And yeah, so he hits you for 15, Mastig.
All right. Just but a scratch.
Yeah, so still you kind of actually knock that one aside with your axe. You're like, ah, that's nothing. Is that all you got? Uthgrim.
Uthgrim just mutters under his breath like, why does nobody ever fucking listen to me when I say
Yeah. You can let
I know,
them run.
I heard that and I'm like, this is
Mages and the Ranger get like a couple free hits.
Yeah, he's gonna run up. He'll take the dash action and just get next to Mastic. That's all I can do.
Okay. All right, Uriel.
All right. I'm probably gonna run about make full distance, and I'm gonna cast a firebolt.
Okay. So since we actually have the map, I do know that they have, was it half cover? So it's 2 to their armor class.
Okay.
Just FYI.
Where did they get the half cover from?
Because there's people
My friends.
in the way.
Oh, I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, it's just I usually don't bother with it because we don't use maps and it's hard to know exactly where everybody is.
Not that it matters to Ulysses, but
oh, that is a miss, sir.
I can see you, I can hit you. That was my youth group impression.
All right, it's back to Thurin.
I'm going to use my bonus action for my cunning action to dash.
Okay.
Right beside Mastig.
Okay.
And take a swing at this guy. Why doesn't my clicking thing work?
I don't know.
You gotta have the arrow selected.
I do.
Has
yeah.
forsaken you.
You have the ruler selected?
Yeah, that one.
Okay.
And this will be my first attack.
Now, Mastig, you fibbed. You did get hurt. I see your health
Yeah,
bar
I
now.
did get hurt.
You were like, that was nothing.
That was nothing.
24 for
That is a hit.
14 damage.
Nice.
14.
14.
You mess him up.
And then my second attack against him.
You get one? Didn't you use your bonus?
What was that?
I thought you used your bonus for the dash.
Yeah.
But I should still get my second attack. That's just an extra bonus action in combat.
No, you only get one bonus action.
So I can't make a second swing?
No. Not if you, because that's a bonus. Your second attack is a bonus action. So if you use that to do something else, then you can't do that.
And cunning action uses your bonus action. Unless it says otherwise, but I really doubt it.
No, it does.
I think
But
that's right.
you
I think that's
did
part of the action economy.
seriously screw this guy up. You stab your sword like to the hilt into like his lower abdomen, and he's like, "Oh!"
That's probably a sound you'd make.
I love
if
that.
happened.
I love that Thurn was like he was out of it, and then all of a sudden it's like he appears and he's like, "Got this guy."
I mean, you still got your sneak attack, so
Yeah, that's cold-blooded, man. That's awesome.
As you see, his health bar is very small right now. All right, Naivara.
Gonna move. She's gonna cast
Cast what? I didn't hear you.
Dissonant Whispers.
Ooh, what's that do?
Can he hear me?
Yes.
Then he gets a wisdom save
Okay.
for half damage and to not run away. Otherwise, it does 3d6 damage and he runs away. So he only takes that.
He made his save, unfortunately. I rolled a 20. So he takes half that?
Yeah.
Okay, so he takes...
It's still an awesome spell.
Yeah. Anytime they take damage on a successful save, that's great.
Yeah, and plus the running away thing, like, oh, it's
I
awesome.
think
Yeah.
it's psychic damage.
And I think it provokes when they run away too. So like that guy
Yes.
would have eaten a pile of
Yeah, you guys would have all
attacks.
gotten opportunity attacks on him.
Yeah.
He probably would not have survived. Awesome. Mastig.
Okay, let's see how Define Favor works. Here we go. I think it should just all be this one button press against this guy.
Okay. That is a hit.
19 for 8 damage.
8 damage. So that's got some radiant in there too, right?
Yeah, just one.
So you chop into him and yeah, you kind of hit him in the shoulder and your axe cuts deeply and then this glow kind of surrounds it and burns into him and he screams in pain.
Nice.
Hope Ulysses can take one of these guys out before they get advantage again.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
It's your go, Ulysses.
Move up. First guy against the slightly less wounded guy in the front,
Okay.
quote unquote, front to twang, 11 damage.
That will drop
And
him.
the second guy, swish.
What is a miss so bad that it hits somebody you don't want to hit?
Well, luckily he ignores cover, or, you know, we might say he shot Mastig in the back of the head or something, but
Okay. he threads the needle. Shoot, Mastic, he wasn't aiming that low.
Ouch.
Yes. Every week. Love the short jokes. We hadn't had one yet.
all right. Well, he's definitely not getting pack tactics now. His two buddies are dead. Running, well, I guess he could run. Yeah, so Cage and move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And he is screaming, "Help! Help! Intruders! Intruders!"
That's bad.
Awesome. Awesome news.
Ah. Couldn't kill them both, could we?
Hey, man.
Come on, Ulysses.
You could have given me your
Grim.
inspiration
Jeez,
to
man.
shoot.
Uthgrim, sensing that that's not good, is going to actually just drop his sword for now and pull out a javelin and huck it at this guy.
Okay.
16 for
that is a hit.
If it hits, yeah.
And that finishes him.
So he was only screaming for about 6 seconds.
Yeah.
6 seconds too long.
6 seconds, probably long
You
enough.
want me to sit here and scream for 6 seconds? I don't think you'd enjoy it.
Yeah, please don't.
Good point.
You'll appreciate the length of 6 seconds.
All right. So we're gonna go ahead and stay in initiative for a minute. Are you doing anything else, Uthgrim?
I think no, he would just pick up his sword on the next available opportunity. I think he would say to the group that we should get back into a battle line. There'll be more coming.
Uriel, what would you like to do, sir?
Could I fit right there? Oh, it's not being it. Work.
Yeah.
So I'll move. Yeah, and I'll help them hold the line because. Yeah. I'm just gonna help them hold the line. That's what I'm gonna be doing.
All right,
Let's
Thurin.
just hope we can't cast fireball.
I'm going to drink that health pot that I just bought.
Okay.
2d4 plus 2.
Yep.
Yes.
7. Looking a little better. And then I'm just going to hold my line with my swords out.
Okay. Nivara?
I'm gonna move up to behind. Okay.
I think your mic's a bit farther, Nagar.
I'm just moving behind the thingy.
Okay. Okay. Mastig.
1, 2. Like right here, good, Ithgrim?
Oh, now he asks.
Yeah.
Yeah, master.
Maybe one more, huh?
We can't have you die.
And then I will pull out a potion of healing as well. Heal 6. So oh, and I forgot to roll concentration checks when they hit me for damage earlier. Do you want me to make those now?
How many times did you get hit?
I got hit twice.
Okay, yeah, go
5.
ahead and... Okay, so that one would be 10, DC 10.
Yep. And that's just a concentration or a constitution?
It's a constitution save, I believe.
A constitution save? Okay, well, I got a +2 in that anyway, so...
Oh, no.
I'll use inspiration.
Being inspired must go off.
Okay. And the other one then was 15. So that would also be a 10?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool.
All right.
I'm going to check that real quick, but I'm pretty sure it's a save.
That's my understanding.
So if you ever get that as a training save...
Yeah, you should consider Dwayne the Resilient feat maybe down the road. It's really cool for casters.
Yep. Yeah, it's Constitution saving throw equals 10 or half the damage you take, whichever is higher.
Cool. Oh, that reminds me. Just as a quick aside, look what I got. It's not much use when I play online, but look what I got.
Is it props?
Oh, nice.
Ah, sweet.
Yeah.
DM screen.
Yeah, it's actually awesome. It's got all kinds of helpful stuff.
Cool.
I should look at that instead of my player's guide when I'm looking stuff up. It'd be a lot
Where'd you
quicker.
get it from?